Allow the children. It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego politico, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. This one not the off in mind. Oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. Can in the touchlight every corner. Oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my ego, that man do they talk. He do they talk. Say my ego diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we not talk. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh.
Hello there.
Mayegun la wa mo la mo dododo.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun la wa mo la mo dododo.
Mayegun diary.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live. Ẹ kú rọ́jú tí President regrets. Kọlu. Share this broadcast.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary politico.
Thank you so much for joining me. By the way, I know that many of you are in seriously, you are moody right now. I am actually here to cheer you up. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be able to cheer you up or so, right? But I'll try my best, right? Share this broadcast. It is going to be interesting, as usual.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Thank you.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Let me give you one caveat. Number one, the Muslim ticket has been pushed And that is the government you have, right? The tribal brickbats, vile, and then about, vile messages that you have been sending to yourselves. There's something I need to tell you. Politicians have gotten what they wanted. It was, according to some of you, it was a fight between the old order and the new order. So, the old order won. So, whatever your mood is right now, whether you are happy, gloating, and mocking people, laughing, and the rest of that, especially some of you are going to come onto Mayegun's Diary Political to publicly masturbate over this. You wank over it. Mayegun, we told you, Oju Abo, Oju Abo, Ashiwaju na your papa, na your this and that. Listen. And to some of you as well who are here, so sad, unhappy, and somehow confused. What is going to happen now? Mayegun, what do you think is going to happen now? Is the international community going to... Listen, calm down. All of you are going to be all right. That's one thing I can assure you. Everybody's going to be fine. Within a week, all of you are going to go back to your normal lives. The reality will settle in. Those who supported them and those who are against them, everybody will begin to figure out how they are going to do their lives. But here is something you have to remember. Whether you think you supported Party A or B because of a Christianity or because of a Muslim, whether you are a Muslim right now, because I have been reading everywhere now, they are already saying, may everything settle down first. Those Christians will try to challenge them in the northern Nigeria. They will show them. They have started posting them on social media. We will show them jihad. May this thing settle down first. And we have also seen those who are like the Lagos abobakus. Yes, we have to make sure that all the Igbos leave Yorubaland. All of you should calm down. Okay? Your leaders that pitted you against yourselves so far, for those who are religious among you, all of these politicians don't believe in any religion to start with. For those of you who believe or supported or defending them because of your tribe or ethnic, none of them give a damn about your ethnic or tribe. What they wanted is power, and they will do anything and everything to get it. So if you want to wank over this, if you want to smile and laugh, if you want to go hysterical over this, you are free. Enjoy it. It won't be your first time. In 2015, it was not just in Nigeria that people were celebrating. Even though this one is like gloomy blanket over the entire country, Abi, a lot of you right now are just like, man, God damn it. I'll go kill your papa. Now go kill you. All of you will be my friend. Where they support APC. Man, no see your papa. All of you, calm down. You know why you should? Because what is actually coming after this is bigger than all your gloating and all your laughing and all your everything. Just like people were dancing, jumping, mocking themselves in 2015. In fact, it was actually like a global carnival because they have elected somebody that was going to change their life for the better. They voted for change. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 years after, the story has changed. But here is one thing that we can start with. In 2015 in Ojota, after the amalgamation of strange bedfellows that sold you different lies, after they were declared winner, just like now, Ojota that day, 8 years ago. It's a reminder, we haven't started the program yet. That was 8 years ago. Then 8 years after, this is the mood.
Many people are in the bank because many people are dying. Everything are doing. Pressure ti wà. Maso Yoruba. Gbogbo nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ ń lu yìí. Pressure ti wà. Èyí gbogbo ṣe sọ. Sẹ́yìn ìlú lé. Fún alówó wa, ànówó ẹ̀wá sọ wá di lazy youth. Náà ẹ sọ wá di lazy youth. Òun ni mo wà ní táìmù yìí tí mi ò lè lọ bí iṣẹ́. Kò sówó èmi kọ́ lè.
That is the reality. So when you are out of that your bubble, okay, you go back to that reality because nothing is new. But about 410 days ago, after hearing the rumor that they were plotting to get rid of him from contesting or running to become president under APC, his own party, Tinubu ran back from London back to Nigeria and straight into Buhari's office in Abuja in the Aso Rock. And he said, on his way back out of that office, he addressed the media just about 410 days ago. He said, yeah, it's true.
I can answer that with categorical yes. I've informed the president of my intention, but I've not informed the Nigerians yet. I'm still consulting. And I have no problem consulting, and I've not set a parameter of limitation to the extent of how many people will I consult. You will soon hear, all you want to hear is a categorical declaration. You've gotten that truth from me that I've informed the Mr. President of my ambition. And you don't expect more answers than that.
So that was about a year ago. In January 2022, that immediately made that announcement that opened floodgates of all you need to know about Kalu, including his health. Then came a time to choose his running mate, and he chose Shettima, a Boko Haram sympathizer, a verified Igbo hater, like in the gene. I'm saying all of this not because I want to, you know what I mean? I want to make you feel like they are evil or something. No, they are actually that evil. Or probably you are saying this because you don't like them. If I say anything that you think is wrong, I may probably say things that are pretty much harsh or say things in a harsher way. That doesn't make them wrong. There are facts to back all of this. Right? Now they're actually thrown everybody off the whole edge. What? Muslim ticket. You will further divide this country. You will further make, because in 7.5 years, everybody agreed that Nigeria has never been this divided. Nigeria has never been this terrorized, traumatized. And the monumental corruption that you are witnessing today has never been witnessed in the history of Nigeria's corruption history. But guess what? They don't care. How could they do this? But it was deliberate. It wasn't because they wanted the Muslims to vote for them. No. Or maybe just to show the strength between the Muslims and even though some of you are currently saying Islam has won. How many of you were jubilating that time when the whole campaign in 2015 was about the reasons why you have terrorism in northern Nigeria was because a Southerner was your president and there was a plot to reduce your population so that southern Nigeria can become more than you? How many of you bought that? How many of you bought the idea that because the reason why you are being terrorized up north or suffering from poverty was because an infidel is in charge of Nigeria? Islam and tribe or ethnic played a bigger role in 2015. How did that end, or how is that going? It simply means that you haven't learned anything. More northerners have been killed or kidnapped in the 7.5 years of APC. More northerners have been impoverished. A lot of them are living in refugee camps today, more than they were in 2015, because the people only wanted power. They were not interested in everything they told you. Just as it was, so it is, so it will be. But again, enjoy your gloating, the momentary kind of hysteria or something. Enjoy it. It's all right. Reality will down on you. But here is something. INEC, 410 or 12 days later, they cooked their figure. A figure that somehow aligned with those who propagated religious and tribal politics that eventually they have deviated to other people. Blaming people to say, oh, they don't like us because we are Muslim. Look at them. They didn't vote for us because we are Muslim. Do you get that? And that narrative has now gotten into the heads of the Lagos abobakus, the Jaga bandits, and the rest of their clans. Unfortunately, now go still be the victims of your own different choices. But again, we'll come back to that. I want to take you. It has started though. Are you listening? The comical relief, the joke have started. So over 400 days after Kolu said he wants to be president. And then he went on to meet the Afenifere leaders, Baba Adebanjo. And he told him that whatever money cannot do, more money will do it. And that's exactly what happened. Yeah? So, at a point, Kolu said, I know they don't like me. And because of that, I never bother myself to go onto the social media. So, social media became the opposition to the establishment in Nigeria at a point, and still probably is. So 4 a.m. this morning, when majority of you were probably sleeping, Mahmoud Yakubu announced this.
That Tinubu Bola Ahmed of the APC, having satisfied the requirements of the law, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected. Thank you.
So Tinubu scored over 8 million votes that they wrote for him. Obi scored 6.1 million votes. And Atiku scored 6.8 million votes. Kwankwaso scored 1.2 million votes. and the three of them rejected Kolu as the winner. But when you organize a party for yourself, and then you act that you are surprised, like, you know, you get what I mean? I'll show you. Look at this. Immediately, Yakubu made that announcement. It was like this thing, you organize a party, a secret party by yourself, all right? Then you walk into the room and they're like, surprise! And you're like, hey, I'm so surprised that I won.
Is hereby declared the winner. Yes. And is returned elected.
You get that? Hey, surprise! You know. But somehow there is a gain. When somebody asks that, Mayegun, what do you feel about this whole thing? I said, Baba, I can't tell you how I feel, but I can tell you what everybody will feel. The moment Kolu becomes your president, it is just going to be tears and laugh, or laugh and tears. You know that kind of laugh and tears where you'll be like, you'll be, you know, when Buhari was there, before they started hiding him away. You know what I mean? When you see Buhari, you just be like, when he's talking, you'll be like, God, why? Abi, that of Kolu, it won't allow them to keep him away. Sure, you get, every time you are going to hear from him, you are going to sit down there like this, and you'll be laughing. At the same time, you'll be crying and say, you know what I mean? It will be a mixture of both. I'm not wishing you bad, okay? I've told you many times that I will always wish you what you wish yourself. And as for this one, it'd be like, say, the drama I've started, though, is first speech in brief.
This is a serious mandate. I hereby accept it. That mandate to serve you, be your servant, and not be your leader. To work with you and make Nigeria a great country. I take this opportunity also again to appeal to my fellow contestants to let us team up together. It is the only nation we have. It is one country that we must build together. We work together to put broken pieces together. We must work for the unity, happiness, and harmony. We must not act like that orchestra that has no direction of a conductor. We will, and we have elected a conductor named President-elect. Let's collaborate to create a symphony that will make the rhythm of music and prosperity an history for our country. We have what it takes. We have what is needed. We're going to chart the path together. We are going to embark on this journey together, united. No one is too small to be creative Inshallah, we will work together. And we pay attention, undivided attention to your education. We will be creative. Credit will be available. Education loan will be available. 4 years course will be 4 years course. No more strike. Your universities will have their autonomy to be able to upgrade your syllabuses and be creative. No more selling of handouts. They must be authors. They must write and create for the nation. I know where it pains. And believe me, you will see the reward. We can do it here. I promise I'll work with you to make Nigeria the destination of returning home to contribute to the development of our nation. Thank you. Thank you. The youth, I address you first. Let me repeat that I hear you loud and clear. What do I say? Loud and clear. Whatever the cause, we are going to chart the path together. We are going to embark on this journey together, united. No one is too small to be creative. Inshallah, we will work together. And we pay attention, undivided attention to your education. We will be great.
Okay. Yeah, I started repeating himself. So let me save you. Some people said that they have reduced the volume of their television and devices and all that. No wahala. I still he has some that they wrote down for him that he was reading from. Maybe that one can. I know it's gonna sound so kind of irritating, like he's just like lying. Yeah, fine. But for the sake of our children that are going to look back in years to come, I think we should keep everything in the diary, right? So it was after this, went on to meet with Yakubu Mahmudu, the INEC chairman. So they gave him their certificate and all of that, and he signed that. So let's take a look at where they did that, because some of you have been like, I know you're raging. I know some of you are like this right now. Abi? You are like, Remember I told you not to invest your emotion, invest your resources, invest your time or expectation, hope, what have you in their charade. And I did ask you that knowing that they will rig you. And some of you were like, no, it's impossible. Lie and all of that. Okay, they've rigged you now. So I asked that, what would you do? And I've been asking that for months. Not because I wanted you to tell me. It's just to remind you that they will rig you, and they will tell you that do your worst. What are you going to do? And of course, they are expecting you to do what you can do now. So I know so many of you right now, when Callus video and all that comes on, Abi, you will lower the volume And because most of you are feeling like this.
Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country. It's unfair. This is unfair now. This is unfair. Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country. It's unfair. This is unfair now. This is unfair. Nigeria is so corrupt, which
I know, especially some of you Gen Z, because some of you immediately you realize that this is your first time of participating in Nigeria's rigged elections, right? Go and get your PVC, get your PVC, get your PVC. You got your PVC, Abby. Some of you suffered. Chai. You suffered to register. You suffered to get your voter's card. You struggled to get to even know your polling unit. Some of you Gen Z, who are actually participating in election for the first time. Some of you said you are 16 years old, you are 17 years old. In 2015, I'm sorry, in 2019, you couldn't vote. You are 13 years old, you are 8 years old. In this so year, when you couldn't vote, now you participated because they told you that if all of you participate, they won't be able to rig, which is quite convincing. And you give it everything, you give it all. But some of you, when it was the time for you to vote, and so they see bottles, guns, everything everywhere. Some of you that didn't even vote, they have announced the result of your polling unit. And you're like, what kind of a thing is this? And I woke up this morning and I was like, this one at Gen Z. It don't cut in voter's card. You don't need them again. They say our votes don't count. There are those children, those young girl children who actually really showed interest, believing that they have seen Shege in their short life experience, where they have seen Shege. So they believe that if they participate in election, they will actually kick out the old order, maybe usher in a new one that will actually address their own address their generation. Poor boy. This morning he pieces the card and somebody said, no, this is not right. That PVC is your voice. What about if they need to hear your voice in the future? What are you going to use? He said, Baba, I beg you, may they not hear my voice again. I'm tired of shouting. That's what the guy said on Twitter this morning. And one more Gen Z. You are welcome you're welcome to Nigeria. Okay. Life, they say, is a teacher. Okay. The more you live, the more you learn. The person that you believe stole your mandate or stole your votes or denied you your franchise, well, they've declared him the president regret. So which means there's likely nothing you can do. Because now you're going to see the reason why your parents were subdued. The reason why they subdued your uncles. And they are sounding like the way they have been sounding to you, so many of you, in the last few months about Nigeria. Now you are going to understand that. Okay? You know, when you beat an animal for so long, right? They become like obedient. They become like submissive. That's what they did to your parents. They did that to our parents. Honestly. The bad thing is so terrible, right? So heartbreaking. Imagine how many disappointments your parents faced because they were told to believe in Nigeria, right? Until they became submissive and they gave up. Imagine that at your age. So you're welcome. So the person you believe stole that don't give a damn about you, okay? They don't give a damn about you. So here they are. They are happy. Their supporters are happy. They have the certificates. And they said you should come and work together with them, even when they have nothing in common with you. Their supporters, there are people who died, though, for trying to get Buhari to make him president, too. You see, those who died seem to be the lucky ones. In 7.5 years of Buhari, thousands have joined them, not because they died naturally, but because they were slaughtered by the same people that made them to elect Buhari. I'm not wishing you anything bad, okay? I just feel like you deserve better. But look at their faces. Those are those who are going to decide your future. And for a starter, please, when they take you to the farm and the rest of those jobs they promise to give to you, trust me. No, I said they are laughing at you. Look at them. They are laughing at you. Do you get that? So when they take you to join the Nigerian army, please don't be like this guy. Please, I'm going to beg you. This is cassava, right? Cassava is the raw, what do you call it? The raw tuber that you have to clean up. You have to, peel off as well. And then you have to grind it. Then you have to squeeze it and make it into gari. Cassava gari ewa. Please don't be like this guy. And I actually pray that your situation will not get to a point that you will be impatient. That when you see gari tutu, you will rather like that. Because a lot of people who actually voted for change in 2015, you know what happened? I know that you don't like this country, Mayegun. I know that you don't like this country. You hate this country so much. You always wish evil to happen to this country. I said, okay, hang on. If na me, they wish evil on Nigeria. That's why evil is happening to Nigeria. I am one, Abi. 15 million of you, that actually want Nigeria to be great and well. Are you saying that my own wish is stronger than all of your own wish for a better country? Okay. They say Nigeria population is 200 million. Abi? From everywhere. 210 million. 200, you don't even know. It's okay. You won't know. Because nothing is real, by the way. If those of you who wake up every day alone to pray for better life in Nigeria, which I believe that more than 99% of you actually does that. If to say now wish that they take provide security, if to say now wish that they take create jobs, if to say now wish that they take stop corruption, if to say now wish country they take become great, Nigeria will be the greatest country on earth. So even if my own wish is bad as you think, what happened to your own wish? Your own wish no good. Maybe you have been wishing for Buhari to succeed, only for you to end up in the bracket of the 133 million multi-dimensionally poor Nigerians, courtesy of APC. I mean, I could go on and on, but I don't want to gloat over that, right? Whatever you do, please, don't eat your agbado raw. And then remember that you are also responsible for your own choices, okay? I just thought I should remember. I mean, I should let you remember that or remind you of that.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
However, after showing, before showing Buhari, after giving that, funny speech today, it was longer, but we won't be hearing all of that. So they gave them this certificate to sign. This was the ceremony. Then he spoke. Then we go to the opposition that said they are not agreeing or accepting it. This was Kolu.
Alpha Smith. Alpha. Don't cry.
Jagaban! Jagaban!
The beautiful first lady. The first lady.
Push now.
Nice one, sir.
Upper PDP.
You have taken now, allow others to take.
I'll send for you.
You have taken, allow others to take.
I'll send for you. You send for you. Collect my number, WhatsApp number. Look at me.
That's it. Not that you not allow photo journalists to do their own. That's why we not take photo.
You don't already start the road to the
This is how Francis don't call your house.
Okay. I know you. I know you.
You shouldn't have dragged my collar from back. You touch me like this.
Nah, spontaneous reaction. Nah, spontaneous reaction because I'm live.
If you didn't touch me, how will I know?
Thank you. It's my pleasure to now invite the Vice President-elect, Alhaji Shettima, to step forward.
Let me take position. This way, sir.
Look here, sir. Look here, sir.
That's your Vice President.
We are pushing it, please. Hey, guy, I'm not pushing like this.
Sorry.
Away, silent.
Hey, guys, just for the
I think he's allowed.
Oh, okay, sir.
Waiting happen again.
So the president neglects and the vice president neglects. Anyway, all pun intended, by the way, so that if you are feeling like, why can't you just say congratulations to them? Baba, show ya weary, show mad. Hey, you said this man will never win. Somebody said that I said he would never win. Or I told you that if you are underrating him, if all of you are aware of what you are up against, you will be preparing for the post-elections. Not that the actual election itself, because you have no idea who Tinubu is. And some of you are actually about to find out. You're just about to find out. In 2015, somebody said that Buhari was jobless. And then the Nigerians gave him job. And just after that, millions of them became jobless and they have to leave the country. So that is all about when it comes to choices and all that. However, I have an advice for some of you, okay? This is not prophecy. For those of you who have been following Mayegun very well, I'm not talking to the newcomers who are likely just going to, you know what I mean? Don't worry, you will learn. Is this. Yes, you will see reactions. I said something last night. I said, if they don't declare him, and then you erupt into reaction into the rigged elections, right? You will cause a great upset because his own people who have perfected everything as well, they're not going to go quiet. And by the time the two sides clashed, left, right, and center, Buhari's prayer is answered. But it was 4 a.m. this morning. When many of you are still sleeping, it was declared president neglect. Now, let me now tell you something about Nigeria politics. Politics 101 that always defies all logic. Politicians may tell you, campaign to you, in fact, incite you on numerous fault lines like religion, tribe, ethnic, class, and other different state-backed profiling. Politicians will use all of them because they created them. And they all know their different audiences that they speak to. They don't have tribe. Nigerian politicians don't have tribe. They don't have religion. Okay? They don't have anything they are loyal to. They are only loyal to their interest. And because in Nigeria, it is a winner takes it all establishment. Majority of those who are going to tell you, we no go gree, we no go gree, we no go gree, we no go gree. Behind the scene, they just wanted Kolu to see them. Behind the scene, they will also use you to further finalize and position themselves for a possible reward from Kolu before they finally shank you. I'm not saying that I can actually tell you what is going to happen. But I can tell you the pieces of how they are going to go to all together, and eventually nothing. Because from what I have seen, the whole transfer of the implosion of Nigeria has been transferred to Kolu now. And from then on, it has been transferred on the Yorubas. Whether you support him or not, you are going to bear what the Northerners bear under Buhari, even when they are victims of Buhari's government and policies. Unfortunately, it is going to be the turn of the Yorubas. What I'm saying here to you is this. The moment they announce somebody as somebody who is going to get the power, it's work like magic. Because it is. the foothold and the base of what Nigeria was built on. Politics of interest. They have a name for it. When I remember the name, I'll tell you. Practically, everybody identifying as opposing to what is happening right now. They are also working behind the scene to get their own place on the table before they abandon the whole thing. There are those who are likely going to come back to you and say, you know what? Don't do anything. Just go to court. Go to court, go to court, go to court is going to be the next thing. And at the end of the day, they will wear you out. Wear you out. Since Nigeria is already showing you shaggy, you're going to have to go back to your life since they said don't do anything. Okay, don't worry. We know what we to do now. We're going to go to court. Let's avoid crisis. Let's avoid this or that. Because behind the scene, they have started aligning. But you don't know yet. Just give it time. So immediately they gave him, so whatever happens, my own thing is that manage your expectation, as I say all the time. You know, I say that all the time. I am saying this to those who actually have some expectation on whatever they are doing in Nigeria. I don't. I'm just a pundit. Somebody who is going to tell you that you are the reason why Nigeria hasn't broken up. A lot of you right now are the reason why Nigeria is still fraudulently being forced and fused together. And rigged election will continue to be your lot. Whoever is going to whoever can outrig will always be the ones to the crook or the gang that are able to outrig one another will always be the one to control your government. And the reason is because you believing that you can save Nigeria by participating in their own game. They write the rules. They appointed the people who are going to play the referee in that game, right? They cited the locations where the game is going to be played. They also are in charge of the same materials, jersey, football, whistle, flag, and everything you will need, including the goal post and the net. They organized everything. Then you put on your own beautifully designed jerseys with your cut and an articulated team to go and face them in their game. I mean, the reason why I keep saying that to you is that if you are one of those, you are still one of those who believe that Nigeria will work, you will fight for this, we have to fight for this, it's fine, okay? At least you are doing something great, you're doing something. There are people who are just sitting down complaining, not doing anything, okay? You are doing something. However, my advice for you is that always, manage your expectation. It is Nigeria we are talking about. The worst will always be the worst will always lead the best. You know, they say the worst of us, the worst among us are those ones leading us. Touts will be more powerful than policemen in Nigeria. Policemen, policemen will be second to the Agberos in Nigeria. But that may be like so far-fetched, Abi. Of course, impossible, Abi. Don't worry. You haven't learned anything from Buhari. Now, this one is not Bala Bulu Bulu Bala. I think they wrote this speech for him. That is his speech as President Reglet of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. His first speech, without wasting much of your time, okay? He's reading it. And it might sound deceitful anyway, but I think you should just listen, okay? For the diary.
Your Excellency, the Vice President, Yemi Osibajo, Professor Yemi Osibajo, the Vice President-elect, Senator Kashim Shettima. Your Excellencies our respectable governors here present, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, our dear INEC Chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, and the National Commissioners here present, Honorable Ministers and members of National Assembly, particularly the Senate President and the Speaker. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to stand on the previous protocol enumerated here. You all have my respect and courtesies. As I hold this certificate, this moment is one of the celebration and gladness for us all. The road has been long, yet we walk it. The battle has been hard fought, yet we won it. But more importantly, I realize that I'm just a servant of the larger purpose. You see, this is more than a document of certificate of election, confirming the positive outcome of an election. This important document symbolizes our collective democratic attainment and even loftier aspirations. It represents the impending transfer of most sacred duty and trust from one person to another. At its most sublime, this certificate also symbolizes that each of you has the ability to achieve what other believes is impossible for you to achieve. I stand before you as the president-elect, and yes, that is special. But I am not different than any one of you. If I can do this, you even can do it better. You must do better. Our destiny as a people and a nation depend on our ability to share the artificial restrictions of bias and prejudice so that we live fully onto our democratic creed, that no one is innately superior or entitled to greater rights and opportunities than any other Nigerian. Very soon, this nation shall witness a young person standing before you, holding this great symbol of democracy and national leadership. We shall see a woman standing before you, holding this certificate as its owner. We shall experience someone from a tribe that many people have tried to dismiss as somehow beginning to disqualify for this high office. By dint of hard work, determination, and unyielding belief in a noble endeavor, you can achieve the best of things. There are young people listening to me right now who shall one day be the leaders of our precious and exceptional democratic republic. Thus, by taking this certificate, I assume a sacred duty I shall never ignore. To you, the people, especially the youth, I will work day and night. I will work to the utmost best of my ability to make Nigeria better. For this to be a victory at all, it cannot simply be a victory for one man or even one party. It must become a victory for all Nigerians who are committed to a greater society. I know many did not vote for me, and you are disappointed that your candidate is not where I stand now. I understand. You're hot. Your anger, disappointment. I send the embrace and comfort of one family member to another. This great project.
Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country. It's unfair. This is unfair now. This is unfair.
I don't know why I had to play that, right? I just felt like some of you heard that part. That your candidate, I know you are hot. That your candidate should be the one standing where I'm standing now. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to mock you. I just felt like some of you will be like, man, this is unfair now. You stole it. You know, as you're watching, I get that. That's Nigeria for you. I'm sorry. The people that you are expecting to push this and fight it, they're going to be friends with him soon. I'm not saying there won't be any reactions and all that too. Of course, because the people there are also politicians. You obedient. They have told you that they are going to court. So probably nothing to sanction any kind of revolution. So, ladies and gentlemen, may I tell you, there's not going to be any revolution after, or any fight or anything after this Tinubu stuff. You know why? The people that you expect to move it or mobilize for it, they will get compromised if they haven't already. Then they will turn this on you all soon. That is because you lost election. And the people that are going to turn it on you are not just going to turn it on you to gaslight you only. You're going to see propaganda. If you don't believe me, that's fine. Okay, it's all right. But I have actually lived long enough to not forget my Nigeria political PTSD. So it's always there, it's ringing. Sure you get. Because they will all come together. And they will be what? They will eventually tell you to wait for the court. Alone. And you are going to get so angry, so pissed off. And you are going to hate Nigeria more. If you have never really said anything bad about Nigeria before, if you have always been one of those who have always said, don't let us say bad thing about our country. I know I hate all these leaders too. But we need to come together and send them away. Now you came together, they have dealt you the biggest blow. I mean, they have dealt you a blow, but the biggest one is still coming. It's called propaganda. You know that kind of propaganda that you begin to doubt that you voted for Obi. Have you ever thought of that kind of propaganda before? Yeah, the type that will make you start feeling guilty. In fact, the one that will start making you feel like, will I say now you be the enemy of Nigeria, Sha? The one that will start making you feel so, you are feeling, you see, for now it's fine, including those who are laughing at you, okay? If I were you, I would leave social media for like a week or two. Like, don't read anything on social media, turn everything off and all of that. Come back in 2 weeks. Now you go come there and say, how come this everywhere can't look normal like this? It's Nigeria. Do you get that? For your own mental health. The whole thing will go on, drag on, you'll be worried, and you will be like, everybody is telling you right now, if you know the story of Peter Obi very well, if you know his history, he will recover his mandate. Okay, I don't want to discourage you, right? You know what I mean? But you understand that this is Nigeria. Sure you get. Just same way you were so confident that all you needed was just enough people to come out. Get your voter's card. If you are so many, they cannot rig. They can't destroy anything. If they are coming and they see you, they will run away. Now you have tested that theory. You have realized that that theory, it's not going to work. Or didn't work, rather. They robbed you. They robbed you. In open day, everybody get camera, they show them, Baba, even at that. We have all the evidence, we have all the results. Just keep them for the archives. Look at him, he's going to, somebody that he's going to die. And Shettima is going to be the next one. Let me tell you something. All those things are called coping mechanism. It's all right. I mean, if that helps you, but it doesn't help anyone. Don't join the bandwagon of those who are probably waiting for. I told you so. See, he's sick now. They have taken him to London. Oh, rumor, they said if Tinubu is dead. Those things there. Don't put yourself in that kind of trauma. People suffered more than physical sufferness. So when it comes to this Buhari and APC, of 8 years, majority of people, you know what they suffered most? In Nigeria, rich and poor, mental health sufferness. Because they had to create a lot of scenarios in their head just to manage what Nigeria was throwing at them every day, non-stop. That's why they said majority of people, when they talk, you just be like, we will sorrow and sure you get. So to maintain your, if you see anybody gloating, Eti Lule, Ashiwaju succeed. That's the prayer point of some of them for 7.5 years. May Buhari succeed. May Buhari succeed. May Buhari shame all his enemy, because everyone who criticizes them is an enemy. But trust me, don't put yourself in any sort of hopeless awfulness. I mean it, and I'm serious, but it doesn't mean that you're going to do it. So we can undo things by, more than ourselves. For those who come here to abuse me or Mayegun's diary political, I see them as those that are receiving therapy from me. If they don't see me for 2-3 days, some of them may run mad. I'm serious. If you can take their data, they may run mad, start acting funny in their different homes. They ask them, why are you acting funny? Daddy Sheung. I don't know, Jari. I don't know, because there's something he needed to have done that day. He hasn't done it. Nigeria is showing him shege in his daily life, but he knows that all he has to do is to have data, charge his phone. He will join Mayegun in the evening to go and abuse Mayegun. My good life at that Mayegun Jari, that idiot that is in the UK. Let me go and tell him that he's going to cry this evening. Abi, help me charge my phone when you on your generator. Make sure you charge that phone for me, fully charged. I always use it to watch one useless boy in Scotland. I want to go and tell him this evening that he's going to cry. Ashiwaju is our president. So if I am away for 4 days, they will start misbehaving in their different homes. You know why? They haven't let out their frustration that night. Sure you get. So if you begin to engage them, all of you, we don't invest emotion in this whole charade. I sympathize with you. I understand how you feel. Watching them on TV, mocking you, laughing, and the rest of that. In fact, for those of you who actually physically participated, believe so much. I don't want you to subject yourself to another trauma of a year, 2 years, because you are in courts. Is Nigeria court so? And I don't want to discourage you too. Sure you get, manage your expectation. Are you with me? Because you begin to see people that will begin to say, we rigged the vote for him. See, yeah. Now we rigged the vote for Peter Obi in Lagos. Now we go to China to bring the beavers that we used to rig here. I mean, Kilo, what did they happen? How much then give these ones now? What is all this drama now? It's Nigeria. Eh? No mess up with your mental health. Trying to figure out why Nigeria is Nigeria. The day you finally clear it that after their hands, they will push the whole thing, break them into pieces when everybody don't receive the shege, all in equal quantity. All of us, Lama breakfast too. I know support Buhari. I have been like this for more than 10 years, telling people that your criminal politicians are criminals. If you believe them, you are just an enabler, enabling the criminals who mean no wells for you. But what can I say? For somebody that is living in a place that they told them one refinery every year. By now, APC, Egbe should have built you 8 refineries, brand new refineries. To the point that maybe your oil importation or fuel importation right now should be maybe somewhere around 10%. But rather, you know the story. So, you have me, I mean, if you want to laugh, those of you who cannot handle that, you can leave social media for now. By the time you come back, it will surprise you. The same people where they shout, Sai Baba, now them they shout, Kai Baba. So those who are shouting, Jagaba, we have told them one day they are going to say what they are going to shout, Kajapa. And when they begin to sound the Kajapa, you'll be surprised. I said, no people now they shouted Jagaban the other day. Which one is the Kajapa again? And Rio delay. Say, and Rio Ipadedi London. And Rio Ipadedi Egypt. Kilo de and Rio Ipadedi Syria. Kilo in Syria, Baba, and Rio Ipadedi Gabon. That's exactly what they call the Kajapa. From Sai Baba to Kai Baba. From Jagaba to Kajapa. Don't build any kind of castle in the air. As relic as he is, even those of you who believe that Shettima is going to come and control whatever, will not go understand the what do they call them? Sinoli cartel. I mean Nicoli cartel. You will realize that say now this is called state capture. You don't get even Shettima. If they have to frame him up for something, and any something, don't look forward to whatever people are saying. You know, Pastor, see. Now your reality be that for another 8 years. So we are going to show them in the 2027. You know, go even get the strength. Tifnumbu. We are going to take over Lagos from them on the 11th. Osheo. Take over. You have no idea. Some of you still have no idea. You see, when they talk about rule of law and order, trying to fight corruption, trying to put to stop police brutality. You better brace for impact. Shevin at Bokwari, I mean, Bokwari was printing money. Emefiole printing money for Bokwari secretly, 23 trillion. Nobody can see what they did with the money. Wait, Etimukokoro Central Bank, if only. You go see how, you know what I mean? You go understand real thing. They have built El Dorado, they have built castle in the air for you, right? No wahala. Now here I go there as your therapist. For those of you where they look for a place, the temple where somebody will tell you the truth. It go hurt you, but it go heal you. That kind of a place, the temple of truth here. That's why you come here, and I'll always be here. Somebody said, go and shut your website down. Ashiwaju has become our president. I say, if I shut it down, this one that your what do you call it? Your healthcare system is dead, and majority of you have become non-empathetic to yourselves. On Mayegun's Diary Political, this is where I've been trying to heal a lot of you. Unfortunately, you would want those you want to die for to prove Mayegun wrong. You ended up having to come here to come and see, go to that Mayegun Jari. Anyway, you reminded me of that. Okay, we'll continue with that speech. I'm coming. I wanted to say thank you to everybody that this morning, right? I just went on to go and check my stats, especially on YouTube, and it came back and it was like, man, all of you on this platform, you actually spent your time, right, to watch Mayegun's broadcast 1 million times in February alone. That means you expended over 403,000, nearly 404,000 hours listening to Mayegun all over the world in 28 days. So thank you. I wanted to make that a shout out, okay? And I also want to listen to the other part of Ekolu's statement. Then I'm going to go to the oppositions. Labour Party said they are going to fight their fight alone. They are no longer doing joint fight with the PDP anymore. I haven't realized that no be only APC robbed them. PDP self, But let's hear Ekolu's other parts. He's talking to you.
Are more important than any partition divide. To my supporters, I ask you to continue to have faith in the mission that we have articulated. To those who didn't support me, I ask that you not allow the disappointment of this moment to keep you from realizing the historic national progress we can make by working together. We must join hands in this common endeavor to pull the nation through. In a phrase, I'm asking you to work with me. I may be the president in election, but I need you more importantly. Nigeria needs you a lot more than just one person. My heart, my door are open to you. I ask you to come in so that we may begin the task of rebuilding our national home together, day by day, brick by brick. Where there is poverty, let us create prosperity and jobs. Where there is hunger, let us feed the people, chasing the hunger from our midst. Where there is no scarcity, let us rediscover the abundance. Where there is brutality, we may replace it with brotherhood. Where there is violence, stock the land, we may establish peace. Where others have erected temples to hatred and bias, we may reconstruct permanent monuments to compassion and abiding affection. History will record that this day as the moment when I officially stood before you as a president-elect. However, I would like to dedicate this day and record it as the moment that we vowed to come together to make Nigeria stand shining forth as the beloved and brave republic that God created for all of us. We are committed to the progress, development, and renew the hope of Nigerians. God bless you. I don't read social media anymore. They abuse the hell out of me. If I read it, I get high blood pressure. I get angry. I don't read it. So, if I want to hear anything, my children or any of my workers will tell me, this one say this one. If I'm tired, I say, please, forget it.
He don't cast, last, everybody go chop breakfast.
He don't cast, last, now everybody go shop breakfast. Call you a whole content. Let me give you an idea of what to look forward to. Agberos will have ID cards. They will give them names. And you're going to have the Northern Branch Agbero integrated by the Southern Branch Agbero. They will have ID card. More powerful than the police. And this is going to sound like it's impossible. Baba, come on, Mayegun. Tinubu know how to detect people who can deliver great people. He can put together a great team. They deceive yourselves. You know that guy from Kano, and that is Gandola of Kano, the Babariga mobile banking CEO of Kano. Will probably become your central bank designate. Instead of putting money inside Babariga, they go just design a Babariga bullion van. And you know that guy, Bello Masaku, the one that took his own state money. I'm not joking. I'm not making this up. You can read them. Like I said, I may try to say things to make them sound like, they're like, pedestrian. They are not. I'm talking about serious thing. I'm serious. This information is so serious. Seriously. There is a man called Masaku. He's the governor of Katsina State, Bokwari State. And that guy had first contact with the first Fulani terrorist. There are those, they say, if you're watching the alien, if you have ever seen some alien movies, right? There are those, they will say they are the first arrival. Before that, the subsequent arrivals. And everybody will get used to them and say, alien. But the first arrival. Where is that guy again? Sorry, 1 second though. I just got something I want to say.
What you should have said is NNPP looking forward to making an alliance or an understanding with any political party? But what we believe is that we did not lose the election because our symbol is not there, our name is not there. That is enough to torpedo this election in courts of law. So we have not yet reached that stage. Our party will be meeting this afternoon, and I want to say that we don't share anything in common with the other 2-3 political parties. They are either ethnic-based or religiously biased, and we were campaigning on the issues rather than sentiments or primordial sentiments of religion, primordial sentiments of tribe, or
I should have waited anyway. Now that Masaku first met the first Fulani terrorist that arrived in Katsina, and guess what? It was the first person to tell us that terrorists are not actually bad after all. He traveled kilometers into the forest, into the jungle, to go and negotiate with the head of the terrorist. Bros, Ranka Dede, Nagode Kedu, Odi Mashineke. They shall negotiated, and the rest of that. The negotiation there coughed out 500 million naira on the spot. Police come, they take selfie with terrorists in Katsina, soldiers, DSS, like that. Soldiers will carry the AK-47 like this. Then the terrorists also, they will back them like that Rambo picture post, 500 million. 2 days later, another 500 million. A week later, they collected the balance. Another 500 million. 1.5 billion Katsina State money went into the hand of terrorists in Katsina State. And they negotiated all those to release 1,500 Katsina people living in captivity in thousands of kilometers into the jungle. The state governor traveled kilometers into the jungle to go and negotiate their freedom. And he came out and they started to be what they call the media PR. You know, the Fulani terrorists are not that bad. The government is going to work with them. But in my lifetime, government, they give job to terrorists to provide security for us. I mean, nobody this life witness them. Have you forgotten? Me, I know they forget. I'm sorry, I don't forget like that. There are things you shouldn't forget. I mean, you should never forget. Our children need to know why these people are monsters under this APC. So Masaku can become the National Security Advisor. Hell Rufaya. The Kaduna little finger. This guy came to the public and said, for peace to reign in Kaduna, he had to travel all over West Africa looking for Fulanis who have lost, who have nowhere to go, and told them that you can come to Nigeria. Your brother is in government. Now, I didn't say that. He said it. I said, but since you brought them, that's when they started killing in Kaduna. No. It's not because of that. It's not because of that. It's because the reason why they are killing people in Southern Kaduna is because the people in Southern Kaduna, the churches and the rest of them, they are receiving a donation from abroad. Because when people die, when they burn churches, people will donate money from abroad and give to them. Because they are enjoying that. That is why crises are in Southern Kaduna. Hey! Little finger. Ha! That's what I said about APC will use propaganda. They will use propaganda to gaslight you. And you begin to, even you, who is the victim, you begin to believe that propaganda and begin to question yourself and say, okay, is it true that our leaders are actually the one behind the attacks, killing us as Christians in Southern Kaduna so that they can collect donations from abroad? It's because every time they burn our churches, people donate and send money to us. El Rufai said, maybe it's true. I don't trust all this pastor. The last time I was, you know what I mean? That's how propaganda works. Until when somebody will rise and say, but are those people who are burning their own churches, killing their own people, are those the ones who are also renaming their villages and appointing emir in Christian communities that never had such before? What did you say? No, I said, sir, if the people who are dying in Southern Kaduna are killing themselves, Christians killing themselves, and they are not the Fulanis, they are not being killed by the Fulanis, you said you begged to come back to Nigeria when Buhari came to power. So are those Christians also those who are also renaming their villages and communities to Fulani communities, appointing emir into them? You see that question you just asked right now? As a matter of national security, DSS is supposed to arrest you. That's how people reply me when you ask critical questions from this ways, who enjoy propaganda, gaslighting, and lies. And they believe their lies so confidently. All you have to do is just go onto the TV, lie with confidence, and that's it. The Vuvuzela will say, listen to El Rufai, he has the information. I just ask him now that what happened to these areas that they are being renamed? They say you want to cause problem. How dare you say that? Do you know that when you say that, you are trying to say that government wants DSS supposed to carry you. They're supposed to carry you for questioning. You're supposed to disappear. That's Nigeria. That El Rufai will probably be your Minister of Defense. Who are those left? The hype woman. Hype woman. I be no hype woman. Hype woman day. Now they say hype man day. Hype woman must day. And that is Abike Dagboru. No, sorry. Abike Dabiri. Abike Dagboru. Anyway, Abike will finally become a minister in the name of Jesus. You know why? Waiting is a pandemic. Take Abike I see. Despite the loyalty of Abike to Buhari and APC. Egbekegbe. Former honorable, former House of Representatives member representing Ikorodu in National Assembly. She became Omalata of the roadside Omalata in Abuja. She when they shared, you know they say that in Yorubaland, Otun Oba Oyeni, Osi Oba Oyeni, Akogun Oyeni, Balogun Oyeni. Sorry, guys, I'll say that again. In Yorubaland, the left to the king is a title. The right to the king is a title. Somebody they call the Akogun is a title. If they call you Balogun, is a title in Yorubaland. If they call you Iyalode, it's also a title. When they have shared everything else, when they give you Oyetiton, it is also a title. Yeah, Oyetiton gon Oyeni. Oyetiton of Nigeria. When they have nothing left to give to Abike Dagboru, they said Abike. No, they not even said anything. They forgot about Abike. Now Abike can't they carry memo. Say, if you no get anything for me, I don't create one job where people said, yes, sir. You remember last time I followed you to London during campaign, where Zani Madueke was also in that. You know, sir, where we went to Chatham House. I met some Nigerians there. They told me, they said they would like somebody inside your government to be the one to represent people abroad, diaspora. If no more title for me, I can become Oyetiton of the diaspora. What is that one? What is this? What's she saying? They explained to Buhari, but that one is not in the constitution. You know, suppose they there. We no get office for you. There is uncompleted building where they in front of the Federal Medical Center, Abuja. Have you managed them? Uncompleted building. There's no money to furnish it. We will use canopy and everything to try. Yes, sir. There are people that can sponsor me. Just say I am working for you for diaspora. That's all I need, sir. Okay, you are working for me for diaspora. Thank you, sir. Abike Bashisheshi. She was loyal. She wanted to serve. She really wanted to work. I don't know. I don't understand. It's a pandemic. It's a pandemic. They said it's a pandemic is in charge of one IT something. They shall have this name, right? It has to do with IT something. Nitda. It doesn't matter. Don't worry yourself because it doesn't really mean anything, okay? It's just job for the boys, okay? So this Nitda or Natada. Now their uncompleted building, Agbeke won't go open office. That's how their path crossed. If not, nothing. They shouldn't have anything like, because it's a pandemic. That one, they attend INEC meeting. Be the meeting where you see ministers, agencies, parastatals. Abike no get agency. You know be parastata, ko agency, ko parastata. Just one roadside hustler in Abuja after all the effort. Now, so the Abike Dagboru entered the media scene, or more. They come pack Abike, all the Abike Jagbajantis where you want to take open a small shop for the place without any respect. The same people from the same party. It's a pandemic said they should kick them out of the place. Now, so Abike started crying. God will judge all of us. Because all of us work for this party. Now, all of us work for Buhari. And you are treating us like this. It's okay. It's okay. So finally, Abike Dagboru can become a minister too. Because Kolu only rewards people who are going to be loyal in reward, which is when you say loyal, it means that whatever happens within the government remains within. Now you go know why none of you can continue to point at Lagos. Lagos is corrupt. Kolu is stealing all the money. Kolu is this other, but it's so hard and difficult to tell exact state of Lagos state finance from 1999 to date. Nobody can tell everything. Nobody can say anything. Now only them within close circle. A lot of people have tried everything in the freedom of information bill, freedom of information law. Is it freedom of information? Nigeria is so far. You know they work for Lagos. Now you go understand why none of you will be able to know what's going on there. We will kick them out on Sunday, on Saturday. Ojema dream anyhow. That same thing you saw on the 25th. That some of you are like with your camera, with everything, with your result, everything. And today you see what is happening. What you will see on Saturday. You can't be like, say, more. Be like, say, this is it. You know, maybe this is it. This is when I'm going to pack all my bags. From Jagaban to Kajapanio. People are already saying it anyway. Suddenly, they have started posting that there are schools in Cyprus. You don't need visa at entry. There are schools in Sudan. Some schools are very cheap in it. All of you are beginning to shop for schools. Meanwhile, not lie. Jackpa, everybody want to run away. But you go feel them. I know they wish you evil, and they wish you waiting, you they wish yourselves. But for this opposition, now they are talking. They said they want to do their own thing, and they want to fight for their mandate, which is the right thing to do, right? So I'll take you to the Labour Party's conference or press conference, okay? Yeah, let's go to that one.
Addressing. Good afternoon. On behalf of our presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, I address you all and indeed all Nigerians on the current situation in the country following the announcement of the purported result of the presidential election held on 25th February 2023. First, let me sincerely thank all Nigerians for their belief in us and for coming out en masse to vote for the Labour Party and for the cause they believe in, the birth of a new Nigeria. We're immensely grateful to the youth, obedience, and all support groups, including Nigerians in diaspora, for their sacrifices, conduct, and commitment to a better Nigeria. It is our position that the purported result did not meet the minimum criteria of a transparent, free, and fair election. In addition to the most condemnable attacks, violence, voter intimidation, and suppression, the election was conducted in clear violation of agreed and promised INEC rules and guidelines, the Electoral Act 2002 as amended, and indeed the Nigerian Constitution. As evident, the institutions of the state and leaders that were supposed to ensure the sanctity of the election, again, and as in the past, collaborated and colluded to subvert the will of the good people of Nigeria. Please be assured of our determination to fight the injustice that have been perpetrated on Nigerians through all legal and peaceful means. While painful, we implore you all to please remain peaceful and calm, as our fight and determination for a new Nigeria is just beginning. We equally encourage you all to continue with the campaigns and vote massively for Labour Party in the forthcoming governorship and State's House of Assembly elections on 11th March 2023. Our principal, His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, will in due course speak to you and indeed the nation. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
So, Peter, thank you very much, sir. I have two questions, if my colleague permits me. The first one being, why isn't Mr. Peter Obi addressing this press conference? I mean, we hear that
This is a prelude to his addressing the nation. That answers your question.
Fair enough. Secondly, you're calling on your, you've denounced the elections. You know, you said they were not free and fair, yet you're calling for your supporters to go out en masse and vote in the next election. I mean, isn't it the same process?
Until it happens, we don't know it. We cannot sit Nigerians, we cannot tell Nigerians not to vote, not to be part of Nigeria anymore. If you sit in your country and you don't vote, you don't belong to your country.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi, hello, good afternoon, thank you. You mentioned legal action. Possible legal action. Can you detail?
No, certain legal action.
Certain legal action. If it's certain, can you tell us more when exactly you're planning to go to court and on what grounds exactly?
We will go to court within the stipulated time. Within the stipulated time, and the legal team is at work already, and we will get more details from His Excellency Peter Obi when he speaks. Like I said, this is a prelude to his own speech.
Yeah. I write for the Guardian. John Akubo is in there. You were calling on supporters to go out en masse on Saturday. Don't you have some fear for Lagos? Governorship election in Lagos. If the presidential election was what it was, how would the governorship be for your supporters?
As far as we are concerned, the Federal Republic of Nigeria and its institutions are in place and in effect. As far as we are concerned, we shall still continue to hold the Buhari administration to the promise of free and fair elections. That is the best that we know. Nigerians must, just like we are continuing the struggle, Nigerians must continue the struggle by exercising their rights.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. Kingsley Daily Independent. Many Nigerians believe, of course they have valid reasons to believe so, that the judiciary has been compromised like other arms of government. How much confidence do you have that if your matter, if your case gets to the Supreme Court, you will get justice in return?
Irrespective of the low level of confidence you have in any system, your responsibility is your responsibility. Nigerians contested the 2023 presidential elections through Peter Obi and my humble self. We are going to keep the struggle alive, irrespective of the very low confidence we have in any system. We had extremely low confidence in the promise of the government that there will be free and fair elections, yet we went ahead. We went ahead into the elections. So it doesn't matter how low the confidence it is in the judiciary, the law is the law. And what's even, look, there's a confidence we have in them, and there's the confidence we have in ourselves and in our case. These are two different things. The confidence we have in ourselves and in our case is that elections, so to say, were not held. Because from the polling units, the Electoral Act 2002 as amended provided the direct transmission of results. It is that direct transmission of results that says elections were held. They were not transmitted. What results are you given? If there are no results, what election are you talking about? Now, going to the registration areas or vote collection units, no INEC returning officer, he or she, shall make entries without making reference to the existing ongoing concurrent IREV, active IREV, which did not exist. How did they collate? If there was no valid collation, what results are you talking about? If there are no results, what election are you talking about? Illegality has been performed. And as far as we're concerned, here is an incoming government for the Federal Republic of Nigeria that is illegal and unconstitutional. As far as we're concerned, it is now for we're submitting our case to the court of law. It is for them, irrespective of how much confidence the world or Africa.
So that's the part of press conference of Ahmed Dati. So what he is actually referring to about them being rigged and all of that stuff, many of you have seen them. But for the sake of context, okay, I'll share one or two. Then I'll go back to his presser to listen to the rest of the question he was asked. And he answered, so that the obedient who are currently enraged, I have reports of already, rising tension in Delta, rising tension in Rivers, rising tension in Abuja. They are scratching the surface as we speak. And like I said as well, they are going to respond. And the whole thing have a lifespan of 1 week to 2 weeks. Then after that, they will tell you to go back to your lives. But that will be up to you. If you are going to end it then, or you're going to keep it on until you get what you want. I'm just saying, like I said before, just to manage your expectations, right? The reasons why INEC has no results and they are announcing election and the rest of what he said in that video is because of this.
Can see it. It's been found in the bush, which is not supposed to be. A student found this ECS4 in the book. Yes, you can see it. Imagine election. Open the other one. Okay. Imagine something is going on and this form is in the bush. So which one are they submitting? This was the one that everybody saw. Everybody saw as their result in the polling unit. But at the end of the day, it's been thrown away. So this is what we are fighting for. God bless you. Please, we are not doing protest again. We are going back to our various schools. And God bless you to come out. And for the reason why you come out, God will give it to us in Jesus' name. Go pray in your various schools. There's nothing God cannot do. What God cannot do does not.
What God cannot do doesn't exist. Thank you so much for coming out. This is where we are coming up. Well, like I said, they're just scratching the surface. I mean, there are women already in Kogi. So if you see this, where's that image again? I got one image from the women in Kogi. They are not happy with the result they declared for them in Kogi. So according to INEC, Peter Obi won 12 states, 11 states plus FCT Abuja. Tinubu won 12 states. Atiku won 12 states. Kwankwaso won 1 state. And figures were allocated like this unit, where they still allocated you. The man that is going to come down from that red car, that red approaching car, is a local government chairman in Kogi State right now.
Yeah, I'm giving my account. How long is this? Why put it down so much account? Yes. I'll be the what's up time. I'll be able to ADC. See, let me stay. Huh? Well.
A Gen Z watching that video will be like, why are they destroying the vote? Is in some places they will just burn it. And then they will declare results of what happened there. So if you go to court or tribunal, and they say, yeah, let us go and do a recount. Wait till you want count. The votes where they don't burn or the one where they don't tear. That's Nigeria election. Free and fair. That's what they call free and fair, by the way. So that's why we said that in Nigeria, they don't do election, they rig. So if they out-rig you, well, now you participated. Nigeria is so corrupt, that politicians, they will pretend that they want to offer a solution to a problem. But they are actually going to create even more problems. They introduce beavers. Now, demo. They introduce, what do they call the result transmission? Guess what? When they built one for Nigeria, they built another one for themselves, a replica. As the rest of you are looking at it, when they gave you beavers, they produced their own too. As they ordered beavers for Nigeria, they ordered beavers for themselves too. So that when they get all the INEC officials, they can give them they say, yeah, take these beavers for your own location. Put the number of your polling unit on it so that when you transfer the result, we already put the result there, okay? People will think you are taking pictures and uploading, but they won't know that it's already there. So you don't worry, we've already perfected it. Until when they received call from Kolu that if you have the chairman, you don't need any software. Do you understand that? If you have the chairman of INEC, why do you need to compromise their software technology? He will do it for you. Don't worry. Just pay him. He will take care of everybody that will do everything for you. That is why immediately after your elections, when you have experienced malfunctional beavers or not even available beavers in your polling units, the same policemen that will monitor your election rigging, suddenly they discovered some beavers inside some politician's house in Abuja. Breaking news! Our God is the greatest God. God has exposed them. Police have discovered beavers inside the house of a politician in Abuja, Gbajabia Mole. And it's a breaking news. Take a look.
No, that's my face.
Now, Nigeria, abracadabra. Nigeria is a country where people enabled criminals as their leaders. They enable them. And they spend their lives fighting for God while they live their fight for the Most High God. It's a very wonderful country and wonderful people too. It is called a country of 200 million mumus, by the way. Asari?
Your freedom is the independence of Biafra. There's no two ways about it. Good luck if you like. Put it. How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. photo. Not be juju be that. Sorry, oh. May God not allow them, make them kill you.
Amen. So, still talking about Dati. Dati's media parley is the reason why I had to show you those clips of why people believe that the election is it's not actually an election if you don't have the result. He said, Abi, one of the people who also came out, I believe, to exercise their franchise, believing that they can beat the establishment in their own game. One of them.
I voted for Peter Obi. But you see, I didn't jump that queue for Peter Obi. I didn't smuggle anybody into the polling booth for Peter Obi. I didn't brandish a knife or threaten anybody in my polling unit for Peter Obi. I did not snatch a ballot box, stuff a ballot box, break a ballot box for Peter Obi. I did not bribe anybody to change results for Peter Obi. I did not steal. I did not kill for Peter Obi. What I did for my candidate was stand in line. From 8 in the morning on Saturday till 8 in the morning on Sunday. And when the sun got too hot and I thought of going back home, I remembered shot to death on the train to Kaduna. And I stood. And when the heavens opened and poured down rain and I thought of running to find shelter, I remembered. Stuck at home because of ASU strike. And I stood. Through my hunger, through my thirst, through my worry about whether the children I left at home were fine. I stood. Because what I wanted to give my candidate, what I ended up putting in that box was not a piece of paper. What I ended up putting in that box was my hope for a country where young people would not be so disillusioned by the actions of their own parents, of their own leaders, that they will be willing to risk crossing the Sahara Desert on foot just to escape.
Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country. It's unfair. This is unfair now. This is unfair. Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country. It's unfair. This is unfair now. This is unfair. Nigeria is so...
No, it's unfair. If we have to be honest, it's really, really unfair. Life is unfair. You know something? Generally, people believe that life is unfair. But as a typical Nigerian, or Nigerians generally, that have been robbed before they were born, this life is already leading them by 5-0. So you have to fight, struggle, do all you have to do. You will be lucky if you equalize life when you turn 50. Those are the ones that they will say, our heirs are now above the water. We can care for ourselves. We can cater for other people. We're not that different from them. So when you look around and you realize what you have seen, the shege you have seen in your life, before you finally got to where you are right now, and you look back and look at where you started from and why, you agree with me that indeed, as a Nigerian, the day we are born, this life is already leading us by 5-0. Some of us have not even equalized. Even me, when they talk to you now, I have not equalized. I don't know, maybe now 3-5 a day. So I've been at 2-5. I've been at 4. I'm not sure. We shall thank God to say we are no longer. We don't look like what we used. We are no longer where we used to be. I am no longer where I used to be. We are still struggling it and fighting it, and I'm about to turn 40. 40. If you see some of my age mates, nobody's are they special than you. You are 40, I'll be watching me right now. And you are calling me names, you are abusing me, you are calling me lazy youth. But at the age of 40, you watching me right now, if you are watching me from Nigeria, be honest, oh. Sure, you get beyond. Let's just be honest, because me, I'm being honest right now. I know say when they born me, even though my family had a very nice name and they had money. But now people with they will say, you are born with a golden spoon in your mouth, I be golden fork, I be whatever. For my own, even wooden spoon, no day. Spoon bow. No be person will get food, will go get spoon. A person will get food, go put food, go put spoon for food like that. I say, when they born me, food, spoon no day. Talk less, food no day, talk less of a wooden or plastic spoon. But in my 40 years of being in this world, I can honestly tell you that, yeah, I'm fair off. Or maybe now 35 I did. So I never equalize. You watching me from Nigeria, they call me lazy youth because you are supporting this dead relics, these old ags. Because they have told you that you have to remain humbled to your oppressors. Maybe God will smile on you. Abi, God can smile on you. Okay, me lazy youth. You will be say you never even score one. Some of you are at 40 right now. You've never even scored one goal against life and say, okay, 5-1. I did better near. Because as every day you were born, life leading you. They told you to pray, work hard, go to school, do all of that. And you did everything they told you to do. But everything's still not working. You are at 40 years old. I'm 39, all right? I'm going to be 40 years old in 11 months. Sure you get. So you watching me shouting behind the Kolu, Bokuari, APC, PDP, and everywhere you are shouting. You are on social media calling me names. But you know I'm saying the truth. Are you not destroying yourself? Because the way it is right now, some of us we have decided that even though life was leading us by 5-0, we will equalize, we will pass that, we'll beat life. We'll beat life where all the shege where Nigeria actually dipped us into. We ensure that life no score more goals. You know, then born you. This life don't they lead you by 5. Poverty, also education, family, security, protection, opportunities. All these things are just things that are thrown at you. From childhood, ask an Alimajiri child. Sorry, I spoke Yoruba there. Have you seen Alimajiri children? It's a terrible case in Nigeria. They are over 22 million. Now, as then they burn them like this. If the pikins just do mistake, they crawl. They go carry bow, give them. Bambi Allah, Ashiri Abu, Bambi Allah, Allah Maje, Bambi Allah, Ashiri Abu. And they say it's a culture, it's a tradition there. What do you say to those children? That they are 0-0 with life. Don't let us lie to ourselves. There are those born with, when they're born them, they don't lead life safe. Well, I'm not talking about them. We did that bracket. Some of you, with your choices, with these criminals, instead of you to equalize life, it don't ready for some of you. People are saying everywhere now that people are going through a lot. Let's leave all this politics. So let's leave all this banter. So people are going through a lot. It's just that we just don't know where they are getting these feelings from to keep defending the criminals that are doing this to them. We don't know how. We can't explain it. But Mayegun, leave politics and every other thing. These people are going through hell. I said they should continue going. That's what somebody told me. If you are going through hell, just continue going. No turn back. Continue going. You need to see the end of it. Sure you get. That my analogy about life is what Nigeria represents. And look at it now. It's probably going to get worse as well. But it will get worse. Not because I want it to get worse. Let's go back to where Dati was answering question on what they are going to do next. Here.
All right, sorry. My name is Bitrus Koza from Voice of Nigeria. Some Nigerians are worried against when you rejected the outcome of this election. will you support them to go into protest against this result?
No, he has answered it.
Did you listen to my
He has answered
statement? And what really is the motive behind posing this question yet over again? If I may read it again, just for the record, which we will submit to you. While he's opening it, no amount of questioning will ever get Peter Obi or myself or any agent of the Labour Party or obedient whatsoever to ever preach anything besides peace and tranquility in Nigeria. We also ask Nigerians to continue to exercise their civic duties like we just did now with the upcoming elections. I have said that democracy belongs to the people who can practice it. Nigerians should continue to make efforts to practice democracy. The only language we know is peace. That's the only language. If Nigerians are going to achieve peace through peaceful protests, welcome.
Okay. Any more?
I see something.
Second round.
Just very quick one. How is Mr. Peter Obi doing? In what state of mind is he right now?
He is better than one could ever imagine. He is cheerful, he is hearty, he is healthy, he is strong, and what is more, he and I are even believing more and more in Nigeria and the Nigerian people. Here we are. Our movement is less than 8 months old. And we won elections in the Federal Republic of Nigeria where they had an 8-year concurrent government. As far as we are concerned, we won this. They refused to upload results. They refused to refer to IREF just for them to defeat us. It took a serving government, illegality and constitutional breach to defeat Peter Obi and my humble self. I tell you, we're winners. Nigerian people are winners. Nigerian people are winners. And Nigerian nation is waiting for a day that Peter Obi and myself will, through the rigors of illegality and unconstitutionality, get to power somehow one day.
Okay. I wanted to draw attention. Yesterday, the Senate debated on the issue of the coalition. There was disagreement. Finally, the Senate president tried to redefine what they did in the Electoral Act, as it has to do with the transmission. That what they passed was not exactly to transmit from the polling units. That what they passed was to be done manually. I don't know whether he was redefining it.
I plead not to, the gentleman you're referring to, the Senate President, even though I'm a I was a former senator, and believe in our integrity, this gentleman, as far as we're concerned, he contested presidency, and then now is an elected senator, returned by the Supreme Court, and you cannot contest 2 offices in the same election. You cannot. It is on record he contested presidency. Supreme Court now says he's senatorial candidate, and then he sits as Senate President to give us this kind of opinion. It is very, very difficult for me to say this, but I will have to say it. Such an irresponsible person must never be listened to.
The last, and I'm done.
Okay.
The last, if you don't mind, the last.
Okay.
Please, again, Kingsley Daily Independent newspapers. The People's Democratic Party agents, like your party agents and another party agents, walked out of ICC yesterday.
The day before
yesterday, pardon me. They've been threatening fire and brimstone.
I don't know that.
My question to you.
No, I don't know that. I don't know that. I have never had any threat whatsoever since this began.
Okay,
I have never had any threat whatsoever, and anybody who is contemplating the use of such language will never face me or Peter Obi with such things.
Okay, moving on, sir. Moving on. The question is, what is the plan? To team up with this other party and go to court or not?
We went into the elections as Labour Party. We won the election as Labour Party. We are going to claim our mandate as Labour Party. We shall rescue Nigeria as Labour Party.
God bless you.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Well, just so that our colleagues will understand the nature of the row, I'll just introduce some people to the side of His Excellency. We have to his immediate left, the Director General of our campaign, Accuse. Next to him as Alhaji Audi Mohammed, one of our party functionaries. Let me just come to this side. Obaze Oseloka, Ambassador Obaze Oseloka, he is the campaign manager. And then to his side, two former ministers, Spidele Jeze and Mrs. Esther Nelaki Usman. I think, well, very important.
You know, a lot of people don't want to eat cassava. A lot of them don't want to eat agbado. And everybody is in a panic mode right now. But there are people still speaking to try to reassure you that it shouldn't be this hard. Oh, force the bad guy.
Electoral Act, as amended just last year, states in section 60, by the way, that transmission of election results shall be done in a manner as determined only by the chairman of INEC. The chairman of INEC then by himself released the guidelines and regulations for the 2023 elections, in which he stated that transmission of results from the polling units shall be done via the BVAS system. Okay, that's the portal, the website, everything that he put there. Election happened. The chairman of INEC now came later, after election that have already happened, and say, sorry, I know I said that this is the way that we do it, but what happened is that our system was hacked, and as a result, we can't do it like this. Okay, no, that's okay, no problem. Let's even assume your system is actually hacked. The normal thing to do in a circumstance, or let me say the fair thing to do in any circumstances, okay, I said we'll do it this way, but my system have been hacked. So how about we do it again? The chairman of INEC say, no, don't worry, let's just carry on like that. I have the result. You have the result from where? Electoral Act as amended.
Force talking to the Gen Z. Like, guys, think about it. This way. Okay. Electoral Act, the law that will guide the elections, says the chairman of INEC will decide how they are going to do the elections. Then the chairman of INEC came out and said, yes, as the law empowers me, this is how we're going to do the elections. Once you finish voting, this machine will transfer your result straight into our system. So everybody went out to go and participate in the elections. Despite all the discrepancies and the rest of them, they shall participated. It is time to upload the result, as the Mr. Chairman said. The game don't start. The rules, they've set the rules. The game has started. They have appointed all the referees. All the players are ready. They have played. Now, when they are playing and it was time to now check the scores, they realized that the system promised by the INEC chairman is compromised. They can't upload all of their results. Okay, Mr. Chairman, what is going on? That thing you said is not working. Guys, yeah. We are very sorry. It's not working again. So what's going to happen now? Because there's no result. I'll tell you later. And then when Mr. Chairman opened his mouth, he started reading results. Mr. Chairman, where did you get these results from? Because electronic didn't work, we used manual. Really? That's exactly what happened. And if you are looking for the right word to use, in fact, when I last checked, it is called Reagan. Yeah, it is called Reagan. Some other people felt like, no, there's a way God works. Don't worry yourself. By releasing voice notes, just to cheer you up. And it's all right. I mean, I welcome such, especially for this moment. Everybody just needs something to give them a little bit of a succor. I don't know if this program helps you, okay? To be able to just at least smile, laugh in that your gloomy, moody, mind right now. I mean, I don't know what to say. I wish I have not added. I hope I have not added to your bad mood. But people are doing everything here to say, well, no, don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Keep trying.
Hey, hello guys, good morning. Sorry, my voice is a bit tired, yeah. So, listen, what you say or do in a moment of disappointment shows the steadiness of your heart. Are we together? What you say or do when you face temporary disappointment shows the steadiness of your heart. And I'll give you an example. So let's say you have $1 billion in your account, right? And then you went to buy maybe small chops or something of 5K. And then the attendant is saying, he's saying insufficient funds. You will laugh. You will say with confidence that they should put the card again, that they should restart their machine. It speaks to a confidence that you have. Are we together? And that's what prayer helps us to do. Amen. So when you see people saying, I will burn my PVC, I will use it to do suya, I will roast it. Oh my Jesus, oh my God, what happened to veg? Calm down. We have just started. We have just started. And let me tell you something. The plan of oppressive people is to first of all break your will. Is to first of all break your will. Because they know that once your willpower is broken, that tenacity to want to see things through is no longer there. And I've been saying this thing several times. We need to develop mental tenacity. It's beyond just ranting and, it's okay to be annoyed and frustrated, but we must be able to channel and manage it properly. Are we together? And a very important, way to do that, or a very helpful way, is in the place of prayer. Are we together? I mean, these rigging.
I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to be laughing, okay? But I've actually been laughing for everything that guy was saying. Like, it requires some level of a practice, okay? To be a motivational speaker. A lot of people needs motivational talk right now. They need something to hold on to. But they can be very funny because they are words that speak to your state of mind and soothing you temporarily, take you into a different reality, help in a way to psychologically teleport you from that depressive state of the current reality. They said that I'm trying to find the right English for that. Arokon. Thinking, too much thinking is what causes endless cries. That's not funny. I wanted to use the word that's funny, but doesn't matter. Okay, you get what I mean now? Like Yoruba say that you think too much and think too much. It can cause you endless cries. And all of that stuff. But motivational speakers are just like you. People who are trying to teleport their mind, their subconscious mind, away from the crushing reality that seems so monumental that you are unable, it will be insurmountable for you. How do you take yourself out of all the millions of things going on in your head right now? When you are watching Kolu on the TV, on your phone, when you are seeing the Lagos abobakus, the suffering and smiling Lagos abobakus, laughing at you, even though they are also victims themselves. So all of this is going on in your head. Muslim ticket. Are they going to kill us? Are they going to make it? And all of that. You need something or someone to say some things to you that can take you just momentarily out of that space, because it is crushing, especially when you have overthink it, right? And you feel so helpless that you can't even change it. But when you look at the level of concentrated baritone that the guy put into it, he's adding the typical Nigeria vibe to that. Oh yeah, when you motivate them and you don't add little religious rodo to it, then you are not a motivational speaker. You need to add some religious atarudo in Jesus' name. Is there something God cannot do? Say, no, there's nothing God cannot do. You believe that? Yes. Say hallelujah. Hallelujah. Then we need to pray. We need to fast. We need to all of that stuff. I'm not trying to demotivate you, okay? I just kind of find it funny somehow. But I think you still need it anyway. A lot of people need that. Something need to take them away from this thought. The conclusion.
Clear, right? So instead of saying, oh, I've lost hope. Please, 11th of March, you are coming out to vote. In fact, this will even give you more ginger. Do you know how much they had to try to rig Lagos votes? I'm using Lagos for an example. Yet they had to still bow that Peter Obi won Lagos. So be calm. We'll meet at 3 p.m. We'll pray together. You will hear some more things, yeah, and you'll be encouraged and strengthened. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. I understand that this can be very disappointing and challenging, right? But don't worry. Stay calm. Farabale. Be calm. Amen. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. I love you so much.
I love you too. Thank you so much. Oh my God. That's so scary. I mean, cheer up, he said. That's so amazing. I mean, I would love to be a motivational speaker, by the way. Somebody will not go tell you too much truth where you go be like, say, I don't like what you said there. I do understand what you said. What are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that we cannot ask? No. I want to be a motivational speaker too. But I am so terrible. I don't know how to motivate people. I can ask you. I believe that guy. Sing with me.
What are we do today? Today, I will live up my voice in space. Oh, yeah, what I know, you are always there for me. Yeah. Oh, my God, you are my only Lord. Forever when they say,
is that love? Thank you very much. I am with you. I just want you to calm down and then don't hurt yourselves. This is Nigeria. Welcome to the show. Nigeria has a way of humbling people. Nigeria has a way of reminding you that Nigeria is not for you. But people are stubborn. It's normal. See, this is what you know. Nigeria is what many of us know in our life. Then bonus. Right from there, when we were born, when we're still in that blood, when you are hearing that Keto Shodi, eh? Keto Alakpere, my 12, and then Obalende, hey, run, they shoot, and all those things. You are still there. Something tells you they have born you into chaos. This is all you know. This is all we know. Except for some of us who have actually seen other things and other opportunities and then other options too. So, but Nigeria has a way of humbling you. My brother, Yami, you love Tifnumbu, eh? The same way some people loved Buhari. No man, there is nothing wrong in loving your politicians, so. But researchers said when they test the brains of 70 million Nigerians, about 70% of Nigerians, which is about 140 million people, and they said that the trauma you are going through in Nigeria, if any country in the world should pass through, not even Syria, they won't survive. But you love them still anyway. You like them. You fight for them. You root for them. You are their victims. But the researcher said the reason why you do all of that is because you love them more than yourselves. And that gave them a bit of concern. When they came out of when they released their report on that research, they said, this one is beyond our own book. 70% of Nigerians get mental problem. They're mad. Now mad people fool Nigeria. I didn't say that. Not me. It is the government of Nigeria that work with these researchers. Like, what? Wait, how come these criminals in Nigeria are so comfortable that they could do anything and get away with that? Like, how is it so easy? More will do research, yo. It's important to research and say, what is going on? Somebody the other day was like, he doesn't believe in juju anymore. Anybody know they chakara him with any juju nonsense anywhere anymore. Everything I'm out. How can you say you have juju and some people, politicians, go after all this thing where you are the shege you are seeing in the hands of APC? Politicians come to your area. They can't rig election, chase you away. Your juju know even quickly. Sorry, like imagine 20 thugs with their guns, everything, coming to your polling unit to come and rig your election, chase you away, and somebody just come out and say, hey, Agbero ni Kugbawa, Agbero ni Jibiti Ngbese. Oh yeah, make una start dancing. And everybody just say, hey, Ogun, thank you. Buhari, we don't need soldier, we don't need police. So somebody was saying that on social media, like he was wondering, one of the Gen Z. Say, they call the tell us say one Ogunde. Say, my brother Ogunde, Ogunki your papa. People are angry, I understand. And it's real. Imagine somebody, like everybody is queuing up. They want to do their voting and everything. And then they say, hey, we are hearing that Yeye Bello people are coming to come and dig our road so that we will not be able to conduct election for Kogi. And somebody will just say, somebody grandma from Kaba, will just turn to a big bird. Just like those who watch the Game of Thrones, yeah? And then when Yaya Bello and their thugs with their guns, when they show up like this, it will just be like the car is now fire, like do fire like this. Just burn every one of them. And everybody in that polling unit will just be, hey, all of you you bring out your phones. You'll be like, hey, see the cars. Then you don't need to convince all this Gen Z about jazz and all of that. They say, but when they say, now jazz for you, make come in life, they get them. Jazz to turn you to a blind man, they get them. Jazz, where we say you go just run mad from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. You go day normal from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. They go renew night duty. You go run mad again from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. in the morning. Then you go to bed. Then you resume again in 7 a.m. the following morning. They have this character of mysterious, superstitious belief that are actually meant to continue to cage you. It's the same thing with the pastors. Yeah, it's the same thing with all of these people. But you see all this Gen Z. Let's see all this thing. You go work on them a lot, oh. They are the people who voted against APC, despite your bigotry, telling them that they must remember that they are Yoruba first. They are Yoruba. They must vote for Yoruba. They must support Yoruba. Why you are busy chasing the Igbos, chasing other people that you believe will never support Kolu? You are giving voters card to the Yoruba Gen Z. They can't come and can't show you because they don't believe in your bigotry. Soon they don't believe in your churches anymore too. Have you noticed? Many of this generation of young people, they are not going to be church goer like all of their parents. They're not going to believe in that your heaven and hell. They go tell you to come and prove it. If you know if you prove them, now them go they teach you, say they don't scam you for so long. I'm saying this, they will be the rebel you will deal with. They are questioning everything. I'm serious, they are questioning everything. And God, I want to live long enough so that I can witness all of this. Seriously. So as it stands, everybody don't talk here, everybody don't talk there. And I hope that somehow your spirit is lifted. Wherever or whatever you are going through right now about Nigeria. If you ask my friends here in the Temple of Truth, they will tell you something. That although I told everybody that you don't need to agree with me, you don't even have to take what I say. In fact, you can resume me every night and abuse me to manage your own mental health problems that Nigeria imposed on you. But there are things that you will never forget. Some words that actually got into you. You know, I have like about 3,000 to 4,000 videos on my YouTube alone of different species. I have given and talk again. Sure you get. They are the therapy, what do you call it, your medicine and the rest of them are there. So majority of those words are entering here. As they enter, once you open your eyes like this, and Nigeria, you what's happen? Memory to law. Say, AK. How come you can't dance to Jagaba? Everybody vote for Jagaba. No be you they complain, say your brother graduated 8 years ago. Now your mama see the feed them. You that is has been in a 200 level for the past 4 years. 4-year course for 8-year job. I mean 8-year course for 4-year job. Whatever. Kilo shele siye. Aba koshi ame Yoruba man. Jagaba. Everybody vote for Jagaba. Atomode. Everybody vote for Jagaba. Then you finish dancing. And then you start saying, Baba Shemule is already urgent 2K. Sorry, Baba, my ATM is not working. Your ATM will never work in Jesus' name. Here you get. Because when Nigeria finish with you, you go to use your ATM card, do ruler or measurements. They say this from this side to that side. Draw the line. You get ATM card. Sure, you get ATM card, say, I get ATM, yeah. Money the inside? No, money no there. I just use the rule. Every time I want rule. Use this one. Baba, what about your pin? You they expose your pin. Baba, that card no get money for the past 3 years since I supported the APC. Now ruler, they take use them. Can I see urgent 2K, sir? God will bless you so much, sir. Amy, have you noticed, I noticed some pattern since December. I knew the whole thing is going to end like this. When I see Yoruba Union project, 200 pounds, 300 pounds, I'll put it there. It goes into helping those young children in Yorubaland, those women that your politicians are destroying when you are enabling them. Amy, come here and say, my fans. My fans, I'm going to select you and collect it. Oh, mo, the level as it be so now, like you have to get your own amuri. Kemura o, dira o. My brother, that's why I said I'm not a motivational speaker. I wanted to lift your spirit, but I'm not that good because I'll be saying the truth in a way that will be like, are you trying to mock us? No, I'm just saying that.
ó ń ṣọ́ pásítọ̀ àwọn àmọ̀jọ sticker ló ń ṣọ́ wa àṣẹ kò rí pé orí wa ti burú ìwọ má dídá ìpápá ẹ̀dá orin yẹ́n wà ní báàbù tó ń jẹ òjò gbèsè àgbẹ̀tọ̀ àbí kò gbẹ́rì tí kò gbè tí a fẹ́ jókòó tẹ̀ra gbẹ́rì tí bá yọ píù àwòyí àárín òmò yín pé wà nínú báàbù pé ìgbà tó fẹ́ mú Jésù kọjá ní àárín òun ògèrí Jésù kí ni Jésù lò àfẹ́ rí ló lò ìwọ má dídá ayé bàjẹ́ pásítọ̀ ó kó ọlọ́pàá ó ń ṣọ́ pásítọ̀ àwọn àmọ̀jọ sticker ló ń ṣọ́ wa àṣẹ kò rí pé orí wa ti burú ìwọ má dídá ìpápá ẹ̀dá orin yẹ́n wà ní báàbù tó ń jẹ òjò gbèsè àgbẹ̀tọ̀ àbí kò gbẹ́rì tí kò gbè tí a fẹ́ jókòó tẹ̀ra gbẹ́rì tí bá yọ píù àwòyí àárín òmò yín pé wà nínú báàbù pé ìgbà tó fẹ́ mú Jésù kọjá ní àárín òun ògèrí Jésù kí ni Jésù lò àfẹ́ rí ló lò ìwọ má dídá ayé bá.
So when you finish laughing at those who tried to save you from the APC, just remember my advice, okay? Because tomorrow night, I will be here as well to help see that after all I am saying every now and then, as they are entering this year, coming out from here, like I said, you are back to the former amenities, to the factory setting. Even at that, I still have some people that I do heal here. They are thanking me. They send me thank you message. Mayegun, thank you so much. Baba Gio, thank you so much. You changed my life. I swear, Mayegun, you changed my life. Your teachings made me understand clearly that I cannot continue to subject my own mental health into this abuse by thinking about Nigeria. You've made it easier for me. In fact, you made it easier for me to manage my mental health. When I'm thinking about Nigeria, I say, oh yeah, that's a miracle. Yeah. Like that, It is working for those who want it to work for them. You are going to come back and agree with me. What
shall I say unto the Lord?
Yes, Lord.
All I have to say,
thank you, Lord.
What shall I say? Thank you, Lord.
If any one of them says, can I see urgent 2K? Just tell them to close their eyes. Let us pray. Urgent 2K, as in things are so tough here. But I know. People are going through a lot in Nigeria. I know. But some people believe that maybe it's actually not that bad. Maybe we are the ones who are just overreacting. They say if it's bad, like bad, you know what to do. Close your eyes, let us pray. Anybody that comes to you and say, yes, sir, honestly, I even want to jackpot from this country. I want to leave this place. Baba, I'm tired of this place. If you want to help your own mental health, remember this. Just pray for them. For example, you say, my brother, I understand. Nigeria, we are praying for Nigeria to be better. Close your eyes, let us pray.
Oshoni, Ajeni, Elebologun ni, Amaniseni ni, Afaimaniseni ni, Wafinsile. Osho.
Amen. And that's where I'm going to draw my curtains tonight. I wish I could take some calls and all that, but I won't. I'll see you some other time. So do me that favor before you leave. Like that broadcast, share it. Even subscribe on my channel. To my channel if you haven't already. Set your notifications on. Okay? I am going to be back another time. Shirio.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ ọ́ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary.
àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún Diary Gaibi number one.
bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí.
Máyégún Diary Gaibi number one.
ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún Diary Gaibi number one.
Máyégún Diary politico.
Máyégún Diary Gaibi number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún.
Máyégún Diary Gaibi number one.
ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Máyégún Diary Gaibi number one.
àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Máyégún Diary Gaibi number one.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Ha! Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.